August 31st, 2024 at 12:56 a.m. So Noel's away. He comes back at 12:56 in the morning onto X, Twitter, and basically jumps onto my comments when I'm talking about Doctor Who. I already made videos and stuff. And he's like, prove it. And I'm just like, what is he doing? You know? And he calls me a weasel. That's a sign right there that this was premeditated. This was already worked out in the Noel of what he was gonna do. So he starts insulting. I'm a weasel. He's talking about stuff that doesn't make sense, like saying he's tired of me attacking fans. Now, I didn't attack fans. I was saying how I like Doctor Who, and then they were ripping me to shreds. And then I'm like watching them rip fans to shreds that like Doctor Who. So, of course, I go after the bullies. And that's the whole thing. And not only that, but I guess for some time he's just stalking me and looking at what I'm doing for some reason. And he's not looking at Dr. Freedom. He's not looking at Mr. Charter's reviews. He's not looking at any other podcast, but he's looking at this YouTuber. Now, he said he's gonna mess with me. He's announcing thanking me for bringing him back in. I don't know what he's talking about, but like he's the authority. He thinks who he is, and he thinks he needs to mess with me. I mean, look at that message. Now, look at my response to that. So I'm basically telling him I'm not the supervillain to his story. I'm not going to mock him. I'm not going to bash him. You know, I'm not going to war with him. And I basically said, I love you. And then look what he has to say. So I'm basically telling him I'm not the supervillain to his story. I'm not going to mock him. I'm not going to bash him. You know, I'm not going to war with him. And I basically said, I love you. And then look what he has to say. So that's it in a nutshell. Definitive proof that I'm minding my own business and he comes after me on Twitter and he had an agenda, a Whovian agenda, to go to war with me. And this has been going on since August 31st. He's done many, many, many things since then, making 30 diss tracks. Crazy. Against me. Death threats. How much more do I need to show you for you to come to the conclusion that he had this plan all along to go to war with me? Now, so far, you have the beginning pieces of the puzzle. How many more puzzle pieces do you need?